President-elect Donald Trump is accusing American intelligence agencies of spreading false information. He discussed his concerns last night with the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper. In his first news conference since the election, the president-elect denied claims that Russia had damaging personal and financial information about him. He accused some reporters of spreading what he called fake news leaked by intelligence sources.
Now, James Clapper said after talking with Mr. Trump last night that they agreed that press leaks are extremely corrosive and damaging to our national security. But Clapper made clear he does not believe that the leak of a 30-page list of unverified activities came from the intelligence community. In fact, he said it is not a U.S. intelligence document. Major Garrett was at the president-elect's news conference at Trump Tower. Major, good morning.
Good morning. President-elect Donald Trump did cover a lot of ground at that press conference, but he dodged a couple of key questions, specifically if anyone on his campaign met with Russian officials or whether he would keep President Obama's latest sanctions on Russia. But on the topic of potential Russian blackmail, Mr. Trump was unequivocal.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
President-elect Donald Trump forcefully denied he or his campaign staff were influenced by the Russians, directing his ire at U.S. intelligence.
I think it was disgraceful that the intelligence agencies allowed any information that turned out to be so false and fake out. That's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do.
Ending months of denials, Mr. Trump admitted Russia was to blame for cyberattacks during the 2016 election.
And I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries.
Sir, can you state...
Clashing with a reporter from CNN, Mr. Trump punished the network for reporting he was given a condensed version of the unsubstantiated rumors about the Russian blackmail plot.
Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Mr. Trump also offered first details about separating himself from his various business investments, saying he will not sell his company but hand the reins to his two eldest sons.
Don and Eric are going to be running the company. They are going to be running it in a very professional manner. They're not going to discuss it with me.
With just days until his inauguration, the president-elect unveiled his thoughts on the Supreme Court vacancy he will fill and how to pay for a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border. On the Supreme Court, what's your timeline? You said a while ago you were down to 4.
That will be probably within 2 weeks of the 20th. So within about 2 weeks, probably the second week.
And on the border fence, it now appears clear U.S. taxpayers will have to pay for it up front. What is your plan to get Mexico to pay for it?
I got it. It's not a fence, it's a wall. You just misreported it. We're going to build a wall. I could wait about 1.5 years until we finish our negotiations with Mexico, which will start immediately after we get to office, but I don't want to wait.
Back to that call from the Director of National Intelligence. It was meant to diffuse a dispute that could fester from now until Inauguration Day and well beyond. And that's one the intelligence community and some top Trump advisors would very much like to avoid. Nora?
All right, Major, so to make sure it doesn't fester, how does it get fixed?
Well, it's not going to be easy. The president-elect feels that the intelligence community has done him wrong throughout this entire transition process with the Russian hacking disclosures. Now he's been forced to admit that. That's now a concession to the intelligence community and it being right about something he tried to deny for a good long while. That begins to build relationships with the intel community. But his grievance about this latest flap goes back to the intelligence community, and their relationship with Trump has to evolve where they both trust each other, both rely on each other, and both operate in common cause. And right now, that's not the feeling either side has about each other.
All right, Major, thank you.
Picking up on that, that's what Leon Panetta is saying, too. Thank you very much, Major Garrett.